In September of 2019, Earthkeeper will lead a pilgrimage to the Archangel Michael Vortex, in the exquisite beauty of the sacred mountains of Western Canada. We will visit spiritual sites, power nodes, and angelic stargates, within the Michael Vortex. Meditating, ceremony, and joyful connections, in specifically selected areas, of this magical, and indeed, spiritual mystical land. We will be exploring previously unvisited sacred sites, in northern regions, within the extraordinary national parks of Jasper, Yoho and of course, Banff. The timing selection for this amazing journey was astrologically guided, and will occur during the powerful stargate energy of the September equinox. There are few places in the world as astonishingly beautiful as the Canadian Rockies. There is an unquestionably divine presence, an immediate uplifting, and a tangible sense of well-being in the astonishing beauty of Banff. I have traveled far and wide, and without reservation, Lake Louise, located in Banff National Park in Alberta, Canada, is for this writer the most beautiful place in North America. I soon recognized it was a living cathedral, and later became aware of an extraordinary angelic presence anchored to the energy of this spectacular area. The entire region of the Canadian Rockies is majestic, but the majesty runs far deeper than the exquisite scenery, so perfectly enchanting the eye. There is an undeniable mystical movement in this rarefied, sparkling air, an intangible spiritual attribute to the mountains and crystalline, turquoise and teal lakes of Alberta and British Columbia. If sacred Banff is not on your bucket list, it absolutely should be. This incredible garden is magic and is a must for all on the spiritual path. In my travels, I have circumnavigated the globe many times, visiting over 90 countries, and journeyed to sacred sites all over our beautiful planet. I have revisited Banff, Yoho and Jasper National Parks several dozen times in the past decades. Once there, an inspired spiritual seeker becomes a part of the energy and leaves part of their soul essence in its magical vibration, in its living resonance. And from that point forward, there is ever a heart-spirit calling, a yearning to return to its reverent spiritual beauty. For me, it was as if a sacrosanct, magnetic force, an unseen consecrated force of angelic love, of a unique wholesome goodness, pulled at my heartstrings. And it does so still. In our sacred pilgrimage, we will spend 2 days in Banff, 2 days in Jasper, and 3 days at Chateau Lake Louise, heart center of the Archangel Michael Vortex. Banff is ever magnificent. It is a living Christmas card in winter, a skier's paradise, and in the summer, it is a living Monet, a vibrant watercolor of flowers in radiant vernal bouquet, teeming, literally teeming with fully expressed life. Spaces are limited. Virtually every hotel is pre-booked to capacity at the 5-star plus Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise Hotel and Spa, the jewel of the Canadian Rockies. Rooms begin at over $900 per night, from mid-June until the end of September. And in the peak tourist season, rooms are totally sold out, reserved years in advance, during Banff's peak season. Don't miss this incredible opportunity to visit the spiritual magnificence and natural beauty of Banff, in its peak, during the equinox, with a nurturing, family-oriented group of spiritual seekers. We will sell out. To register for this amazing journey with the Earthkeeper family, or for more details, please go to our website www.earth-keeper.com. Namaste.
before the wind, also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was worn as we sail into the misty. Hark now, hear the sailors cry. Smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. Oh, yeah. When that foghorn whistle blows, I wanna hear it. I don't have to feel it. And I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And together we will float into the mystic. I wanna sail away. Foghorn blows, you know I will be coming back home. When that foghorn whistle blows, I got to hear it. I don't have to feel it. I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. Together we will float into the mystic, and magnificently we will float into the mystic, and magnificently we will float down into the mystic. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. You're gonna carry that weight a long time. Boy, you're gonna carry that weight a long time.
Banff is the iconic alpine town situated in the heart of the Canadian Rockies. Banff and the Banff National Park attracts over 4 million visitors each year for its picturesque town centre, outdoor activities, and majestic natural beauty. At an altitude of just over 4,500 feet, Banff is the highest town in Canada, with easy access to world-renowned ski resorts, luxury accommodation, and 5-star restaurants. Banff is located in the province of Alberta in Western Canada. Visitors to Banff primarily arrive in the city of Calgary, which provides a world-class international airport servicing flights from around the world. Alternately, train service from Vancouver with the Rocky Mountaineer train line is an epic multi-day journey through the coast and Rocky Mountains, terminating in the town of Banff. Calgary is located at the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, and getting to Banff is easy by car or motor coach from many of the hotels in the city. About an hour along the Trans-Canada Highway, then another 45 minutes to Lake Louise, Calgary is the closest major city to Banff National Park. Banff can also be reached from Jasper to the north, Radium to the south, and Vancouver and British Columbia to the west. Entry into the park is controlled at the park gates, where one-day admission is about $20 Canadian per car, or about $8 per person if traveling in a larger group. Attach the pass to the window of your car to avoid a fine. Passes can also be purchased from the visitor center in downtown Banff. The town center of Banff is about 10 minutes from the gate. The highway is lined with protective fencing for the entire length of the park to prevent wildlife from entering the roadway. The rest of the park, including the town of Banff, is free for wildlife to roam, so keep an eye out and follow precautions. Banff Avenue runs down the center of downtown Banff and is a great place to stroll with an ice cream, taking in the atmosphere of this distinctive Canadian town. The main street is also lined with shops, restaurants, and bars catering to visitors from around the world. The population of Banff sits around 8,000 people and is limited through a strict application process. There are plenty of hotels in Banff, but they come at a premium. If you are planning on spending a couple days in Banff and you have a car, check Canmore just outside the park, or even Calgary for lower rates. Banff was literally built for visitors. In 1883, after the discovery of natural hot springs, the Canadian Pacific Railway began development of Banff and the Banff Springs Hotel as a tourist destination. Today, Banff stays true to its roots and serves up indulgences to visitors as they take in the natural beauty. In the warm summer months, visitors take in the market where they can find local crafts and treats, or a concert in the park while relaxing by the Bow River. There are several museums in the downtown area and one-of-a-kind souvenir shops to commemorate your visit. A short drive from downtown is the Cave and Basin, the original hot spring discovery that launched the town of Banff and the Canadian National Park System in 1885. At only $4, you can visit the cave and marvel in the beauty of the natural oculus that illuminates the cave and the brilliant blue mineral pool below. Outside the cave is the bathing area that was active until the 1990s. The exterior hot spring pools, or basin, are still visible just off the pool deck. Bow Falls is located below the Banff Springs Hotel on the Bow River. Originating at Bow Glacier, the river is fed by various glaciers and mountain creeks. Local tour companies provide guided rafts down the river for a unique view of the Rocky Mountains and the Bow River Valley. One of the cleanest water sources in the world, the Bow River travels westward through Calgary and is famous for its spectacular trout fishing. The jewel of the Canadian Rockies is the world-famous Banff Springs Hotel. Built in 1885, the Banff Springs is built in the Canadian Chateau style, which is modeled after the Scottish baronial style with French chateau accents. Sometimes referred to as the Castle in the Rockies, the Banff Springs Hotel is every much an attraction as it is accommodation. The lower floors are marked with grand ballrooms, restaurants, lounges, and shopping arcades. The traditionally styled rear entrance overlooks the valley below with stunning views of the incredible Rundle Mountain. The front lobby is more modern, following the unique Rocky Mountain style with exposed stone and timbers, with grand arches and sweeping staircases. Luxury accommodations and spectacular conference facilities make the Banff Springs popular for corporate retreats and weddings. The Willow Stream Spa will pamper guests with a host of therapeutic services after a long day of hiking the many trails that surround the town. The shopping arcade includes uniquely Canadian fare, art galleries, and luxury items. The Banff Spring Hotel put Banff on the map, and it continues to attract visitors with its majestic presence. Just up the road on Sulphur Mountain is the Banff Upper Hot Springs. The hot springs has become a favorite destination year-round. Modernized over the years, the hot spring water is from a natural mineral source heated by the Earth's crust at up to 40 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The water does have a distinct sulfur odor, but most visitors will attest to the therapeutic properties after just a short dip. Also, the view is pretty amazing. Right next to the hot springs is the Banff Gondola, which will take you to the top of Sulphur Mountain. Tickets are available on site, and free shuttle bus service is provided from downtown Banff. It'll take about 8 minutes to arrive at the top of the mountain in one of the safe but small 4-person gondola cars. At the top, there is a wooded boardwalk to wander the top of the mountain or have lunch in the restaurant at the modern summit building. At an altitude of over 8,000 feet, the views up here are breathtaking. Getting to Lake Louise is a 45-minute drive northwest of Banff on the Trans-Canada Highway, or an hour or two on Highway 1A. The Highway 1A route will take you inside the wildlife protected fencing and can allow for roadside viewing of mule deer, wolves, coyotes, black bears, grizzlies, bighorn sheep, and elk. Johnston Canyon is a popular stop on Highway 1A. Paved and marked trails will lead you to the spectacular scenery along the river to majestic waterfalls at the end of the trail. Keep an eye out for wildlife here and follow the posted signs. In addition to world-class skiing, Lake Louise is home to the Postcard Resort at the edge of the lake. The turquoise blue of the lake is created from rock flour, or stone dust, that is suspended in the water. The rock flour is created by the crushing force of the glacier as it melts slowly and grinds against the mountain. Hikers can hike up the side of the mountain to the tea house or around the lake on the various hiking and walking trails. While lending a more modern look, the Chateau Lake Louise has had several expansions and updates over the years. With over 550 rooms, the Chateau attracts international guests year-round. A number of shopping options surround the lobby and lower level, with 7 dining options in the hotel, most overlooking the splendor of the lake. A 20-minute drive from the Chateau is Moraine Lake. Moraine Lake features a large rock pile at the eastern edge of the lake, with a trail leading to the top. From this vantage point, you can see the full scope of the mountain range surrounding the lake, and on a calm day, a beautiful mirror-like reflection of the mountains in the lake. With over 1,000 glaciers and numerous accessible lakes, Banff National Park has plenty to offer for the nature enthusiast. Just up the Icefields Parkway towards Jasper National Park and the Columbia Icefields, be sure to stop for a quick hike to the lookout at Peyto Lake, or stop at Bow Lake on the side of the highway.
There are many beautiful and spectacular lakes around the world. Some have stunning scenery backdrops, some have amazing crystal clear waters, and then there are the incredible turquoise blue water of Lake Louise and Lake Moraine, located in the Banff National Park, Alberta, Canada. These lakes are world-renowned for their distinctive turquoise hue. The amazing colour is natural and is caused by light reflecting on the silt continually being carried into the lake by meltwater from the surrounding glaciers. The silt in the water is also known as rock flour or glacial flour. The silt is created when the rocks underneath the surface of the ice are grinding from the movement of the glacier. The tiny and uniform particles of rock flour are very light and stay suspended in the lake meltwater for a long time, making the water appear cloudy, which is sometimes known as glacial milk. The sunlight reflects off the silt in the water, refracting blue and green wavelengths of light. This is what gives the lakes their spectacular turquoise blue or green colour. In the late spring, when the glacial lakes first thaw, they don't have a lot of colour yet. As more silt enters the lakes from the glacier meltwater, they start to take on a famous turquoise blue or green colour that visitors come from around the world to see. The months of July and August are when the flow of meltwater levels are at their highest, and consequently, this is when the lakes have their most intense colour. The colour of the lakes can appear different from one day to the next, or even from hour to hour. The intensity or brilliance of the colour varies depending on the lighting conditions. Even the most colourful lake is not going to look very spectacular on an extremely gloomy or cloudy day. There needs to be sunlight. The angle of sunlight hitting the water and the angle of viewing also have an effect on the colour. Often, you'll notice how much more vivid a lake looks when viewed from above, from a walking track viewing platform for instance.
Of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, watch them grow. They're like much more than I ever knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I used to think that I could not go on, and life was nothing but an awful song. But now I know the meaning of true love. I'm leaning on the everlasting arms. If I can see it, then I can be it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I took the name in vain. I don't even know the name, but if I did, well really, what's it to you? There's a blaze of light in every word. It doesn't matter what you heard, the holy or the broken. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I did my best, it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I've told the truth, I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
and the oh why can't oh, someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And the dreams that you dare to, why, oh why can't I?
Yes, I'm still running. Who broke the bonds and loose the chains? Carry the cross of my shame, of my shame.
Take a little time to think things over. I better read between the lines in case I need it when I'm older. Mountain I must climb feels like the world upon my shoulder. Through the clouds I see love shine. It keeps me warm as life grows colder. In my life there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can like love has finally found me.